welcome back to my channel. How are you all? Glad to have you all back with me today, and I'm glad to be back. I'm so bloody glad to be back. So if you're new here, my name is Marthalla Carrig and I'm a professional makeup artist when I'm not here on YouTube. On my channel we do a lot of get ready with me's, product reviews, bargain finds. I'm very fond of the bargain find, darling. I like to save my coins. And what else do we do here? Oh yeah, some industry tips and tricks. So if that is your kind of jam, then please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all my subscribers so far who've actually stuck with me for the last couple of months, because I have not been uploading. I've had a bit of a thing happen. So we're going to talk about that now, and I'm going to do some makeup as I tell you what happened. Yeah, but I'm so excited to be back. Honestly, like I've got the buzz for it again. I'm like, woohoo, we're going to start doing makeup. I have also a huge haul that I want to show you, because I've dying to open this box. It's literally right here beside me, and I'm like, I'm so tempted to open it, but yeah, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. But yeah, I'm so excited to get into it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what happened, why I haven't been uploading, and where in God's good name have I been. So I've just put a bit of foundation on, a bit of bronzer on, because I was like, otherwise I'll get distracted too quickly, as you know I do. Ugh, and I'm already out of breath, oh Moses. So basically my mental health got the better of me, unfortunately. Last video I did was on, oh, what was that shadow? My house is haunted, so I never know what shadows are in this unless. And I'm actually doing my makeup now by the haunted window. But I'll tell you about that another time. We'll have a discussion about that, because this house is weird. Weird. But anyway, we'll go back. Oh gosh, I'm getting really diverted here because I've got so many videos planned and I've got so much to tell y'all, and I'm so excited to tell that I'm just like, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. So what happened is, the last day I filmed a video was St. Patrick's Day, which was a Wednesday, and I was going to have it uploaded by the Friday, which is Friday's my uploading day. So what happened was I got a phone call from my workplace. Now, some of you know, well, I used to be a makeup artist, because on that Thursday they told me that I was up for redundancy, and I was like, okay. Now, I'd been on maternity for a year previous, and my maternity ended that November 2020, and I was supposed to go back to work, but obviously I didn't, and they just put us on furlough, which was fine. Like that, everybody was on that road. I didn't think it was going to affect my mental health as much as it did, but it really did. I just went into like a bit of a depression. I was like, oh my God, like my freedom's going to be taken from me, because as some of you know, like I have the kids Monday to Friday, and then their dad looks after them then at the weekend. And that's been our thing for years now. And it works, you know, I get to have my freedom at the weekends when I go to work, not necessarily when I come back. I'm straight back into mammy duty, but for that few hours that I'm at work, I'm free. I can do whatever I like. I've got creative freedom, and I've got creative freedom to express myself through my makeup and that, which oftentimes wasn't exactly too, you know, it wasn't crazy, but for me, when I wear nothing Monday to Friday, come a Saturday morning and I'm there all dolled up like I'm going out for the night, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It gave me buzz to get up in the morning and be like, yeah, put my makeup on. What lashes am I going to wear? And I used to always have it sorted the night before, because they'd send us emails to create certain looks that we'd all be looking the same, or, you know, interpret things whatever way the theme was for the day. And I loved that. I was always so excited to be like, yay, we're going to create something different. And I remember one day I created this Ariel look for work. It was stunning. I'll put a picture here. I loved it because I love the Little Mermaid, and we all had different, like, every week there was a different character. So I remember my week I did Ariel, and then another week there was Jasmine, which I loved, and there was another one from Arabian Nights, and there was looks for Eid and looks for Christmas, and just all these looks on Halloween. Oh, Halloween was mental. I loved Halloween. And it was just, you know, you got to do stuff that you don't normally do on your day-to-day, and you don't do in every other type of job, and you don't do it with every other brand either, because I've worked for another brand for a little while, and it was just so stifling, and just talk about stopping your creative energy. Whereas with MAC, I loved it. I was just able to do, and I know some people have different experiences with MAC, but this is just my experience, and I had a great one. Like, I loved it. You know, I think it's once you come in, you do your job, you hit your targets, hit your goals, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I think it's a case of when you don't hit your targets, don't hit your goals, and you're late, or you're constantly, you know, having time off, or, you know, for whatever reasons. I think that can be issues with any company, really. It's just like standard. But for me, I had none of that. I was always there. I did whatever hours they wanted me to do as long as it was at the weekend. And that was where we kind of stood with each other. And it was fine. We got on. I got on with all my colleagues. Yeah, and then when I got the call that I was going to be made redundant, it really hit me hard because I was like, oh God, like, I can't do that anymore. Like, for the last year, I've been constantly doing motherhood and it just gets exhausting after a while. Like, I love my kids to bits, but sometimes I can't be like having crazy makeup looks or, you know, doing anything like that around them because it takes too much time and they're too little and they wouldn't understand it nor appreciate it. So it's kind of pointless. And yeah, I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And I like being around, you know, other creatives as well because you learn from them and they learn from you, and it's all kind of a shared knowledge of creativity and, you know, expressionism, which I love. And especially where I worked, it was like kind of a hub, a creative hub. You'd have like different types of people coming in. Like I remember my very last day that I went on maternity, I met one of my favourite drag queens and I was so happy. I was like, I'd been watching her on Drag Race UK and I was like, oh my God, I love her. And then she came in, like I remember she bought an eyeliner, but we just launched this new one where it was like double-ended, and I remember talking to her about that, and I remember going up to her. It was her name was Cheryl Hole. I can't remember what her real name is now, but lovely, the sweetest girl. She was so nice, and we had such a giggle. And yeah, I was like so heavily pregnant. This was like my labour started in work as well. This was like before my labour started in work. And yeah, it was just like you get to meet all these really cool people. Like I met, who else? There was another fella I met, and he was a stunt double for some celebrity. I can't remember, but I remember his face was battered when he came into me, and I was there going, oh sweet Jesus, what am I supposed to do with you? I think it's A&E you need, not a makeup artist. But sure, look, he was going off for an audition for something else. But you always had these like things were always happening. It was always a bit of a, what's today going to bring? Because I don't know. And don't get me wrong, we did have our amount of nasties in there too, but they definitely didn't. The good ones outweighed the bad ones, you know. But everybody, you get that in every industry as well. Like, you know, you'd have complaining customers for nothing. But then the majority of the people in there were absolutely savage, and I had a great time. And I think the thing that hit me more is because it's not just my financial freedom that's going to be hit now by being made redundant. It's my mental health freedom. You know, the bit of me that needs to put on makeup and needs to express myself in some form or other, you know, and it not be kind of looked upon, because I live in quite a small town, and if I wear pink eyeshadow, they'd be like, oh, where is she going? Where does she think she's going? Or if I wear big draggy eyelashes, they'd be like, you know, you get the look, and you know the look. And even though like I'd have the confidence to do it and I'd be like, I don't give a shit, but deep down inside me I'm like, oh shit. But sure, it is what it is, and that's where I'm at. So let's get a bit of makeup on. Here's this Zara highlighter. Isn't it gorgeous? I love the way it's packaged because it has this little poof. And my friend Monica gave me this when I used to work in Zara. My Zara days. God, they were days. But this highlighter is blinding. Blinding. I think I remember they used to market this as like a body powder. I'd be like, you'd be bleeding luminous. Like, I'm not even just taking it just off the poof. I'm not even taking it out of the jug because it's so... It's just a bit much. Oh, I just did my brows and rehydrated myself. So I just wanted to talk a bit more about the mental health side of things and how it got bad. So I'm the kind of person, I panic a lot. I worry about situations that happen even before they happen. And they might not even happen at all. But with the process of redundancy, it's a series of like phone calls. And the first consultation is, they call them consultations, like the little meetings, was telling me that I was going to be made redundant. And I was like, okay, you know, you have to go through this process. But it was because the length of the time, like I would have preferred if they had just rang me and said, look, your job's in jeopardy. This is what's going to happen. We're looking at getting rid of you. And I'd sooner they say, you know, be more upfront with it than saying, you can apply for these positions, but that's what they said. They were like, well, there's these positions and you can apply for them, that they'd be suitable for me, because everything now was going to be fully flexible. And fully flex is something I can't do, not with the kids. I literally can't do full-time flexi with the kids. I don't have that support network. It's only me and him, me and their dad. So yeah, I was like, I literally can't. And they were like, well, your position is now gone. So you have basically, my position was now gone. So I had the opportunity to apply for these other positions. And if I don't apply for one of these other positions within the store, they will look for other positions in other stores, that was the second consultation, I think it was. Yeah, that was the second consultation where they said, we're going to try and find you, like, you know, a position in other stores. And I was like, okay, thinking that they could find me something similar, something in the same vicinity. But they did find me one position, which was exactly half my hours over 2 days for literally half the money. But also, while I was going through these consultation processes, I was having really bad anxiety. I was having like kind of panic attacks at night, and I was not able to sleep properly. I was having nightmares. I was dreaming that like one of my colleagues had swallowed an iguana. Like, honestly, I think she might be vegan or vegetarian. She was never going to be near an iguana to eat it. But in my dream, she was swallowing an iguana, and another fella was putting a turtle into the River Thames. And I was kind of going, oh my God, why are you doing this? Why? And it freaked me out. It really freaked me out that I had these dreams, and they were recurring as well. Like, they weren't just like, oh, one night. They were there for a while. And I think that scared me as well, because I was like, oh God, what now? So for the eyes today, I'm going to be using my Hanging in Hawaii BH Cosmetics colour palette. I was going to use a Morphe one, but because there's no mirror in it, it's really awkward for me to do it. So we're doing it like this today. So I'm going to have Kiki on the eyes. Or Tiki. Kiki. It's because I was watching The Circle. Yeah, so it just brought me a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of bad dreams. I was constantly on edge. And because they constantly send you a lot of emails and stuff, I just found it all a bit much, to be honest. Like, I know there's like procedures and stuff, but sometimes it's a bit much, and it just freaks me out a bit. Because it's constantly like, right, is it today? Is it today? Is today the day I'm let go? Is it today? You know, do I have wages coming in next week or the week after? And it's all these feelings of like anxiety that come over you. I found it really difficult to kind of get my head around it and get to grips with what was actually happening. Like, I was made redundant years ago, about 10 years ago, from another makeup company, but it was a lot shorter of a process. You know, they told us our positions were going, they offered us other positions within the company, but there was obviously nothing suitable. And that was it. Like, it was just quick and easy. They didn't constantly try to find jobs for us that didn't suit us. And I went down to the shop that they were offering to put me into, and I had a look, and I had a chat with the girls that worked there. And I said to the girl, I was like, look, this is what's happening to me, and I just want to be honest with you. And, you know, and I know for myself from previously shopping in the store, there was no footfall. You know, it wasn't going to be like what I came from. And there was no makeup artistry involved. I'm not even allowed to touch people's faces. I mean, obviously now COVID-wise, yeah, you can't. But going forward, you're not allowed either. So I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to be with that, because that's what I do. So, yeah, I wasn't too keen on that. And I know everybody's saying, oh, you know, like, I did think, you know, it is a job, and at least I'm going to be employed. But if I'm going to be employed in a job that I'm going to absolutely hate, and I'm going to be bored off my mind, I may as well be at home. And then I was thinking, but sure, I'll do this. I'll come back and I'll do some YouTube, start doing videos again and showing people what I have here and how to do things. And if any of you want to know anything about anything, drop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Then I thought, I'll try and make YouTube my job. So it keeps me sane, keeps my mental health going. And maybe one day when I hit my subscriber count and my views and all the rest of the terms and conditions that apply, I'll get there. And I believe I will. And I've also started to read this book here. It's The Law of Attraction by Michael Lossier. I watched the video of The Secret and I really enjoyed it. And I thought I would just kind of develop my law of attraction a little bit further by doing this book, and I'm really loving it. And yeah, just to get me into the right frame of mind for things. Because I really believe, like, you know, positivity will just give you more positivity, and it'll just keep bringing good things for you, which I totally believe. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, guys. I've also started to get into some meditations as well, because I found them very good for like calm in my mind and just not having, because my mind, like at night time when the kids go to bed, literally I think of everything that has happened during the day. My mind races like crazy. So I just needed something that was able to, I guess, calm it all down. And I've been finding that meditation has really helped that. And there's the Headspace app and Calm, and I think there was another one I got as well, and I kind of rotate between them. And yeah, I've been really finding it really useful and really good. So I highly recommend them apps if you're like me and your mind goes a little crazy at night time. Just because you overthink, and I overthink situations as well. And when I'd have these consultations, I'd always overthink my answers, thinking like, have I said the right thing? Have I done the right thing? Sometimes it's really hard to know whether you have or you haven't. And then sometimes it like, what I kind of found out was that it didn't even matter what I said because my position was gone. So it literally was a case of me just finding something else that suited me. And unfortunately, because of my time commitments with my kids, nothing really did suit me because everything was so bloody, everything is fully flexed now, isn't it, darlings? Which doesn't work for mammies really, especially those of us who want to look after our kids and want to work at the same time. And I found out that this situation has happened to a lot of people, found themselves in this predicament over the course of the virus, and it was hitting a lot more mammies than it was hitting anybody else, which isn't really fair, but what can you do? And I will say that I found that during this time, every week you were getting messages, emails, all this kind of thing, and I just found it so stressful. I felt like my life was constantly in the balance, waiting to hear what these people were going to do. But I'm grateful though at the same time, because I feel that this, I don't know why, maybe this is the law of attraction working, but I feel like that if I keep this up, this YouTube channel up, and I keep putting my efforts and energies into it, that it'll actually work, that I will be successful. And I'm also going to try and go freelance as well. So, and I believe that'll be successful too. And I've no idea why. And I'm still looking for like other jobs as well in the meantime as me pushing this. But I just feel like this will work. I just have this feeling that everything is going to be fine. Like, maybe this is the law of attraction working. But it definitely is a better feeling than what I did feel a couple of weeks ago, because I just felt like doom and gloom, and I felt like my world was crashing down around me and I couldn't stop it. So I'd prefer this feeling rather than that one, obviously. This is a palette that I've actually rarely ever used. It's my Revolution, like a million colours in here. I have no idea, but they're really well pigmented. And I think I've used it about twice or three times, and it's so big. I actually need to use it more. I'm at that age now as well, because I'm nearly 40. I know. And I don't feel it, which really is annoying. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel like at 40, but yeah, like I'm 40 in 2 years' time, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not, when you're a makeup artist, I think if you don't work for yourself at a certain stage, you kind of get sick of working for other people, and then you might never be enough for them, because there's always somebody, well, as I found, cheaper. And at the same time, I was like, I don't want, like, the job that they offered me of the less money, like literally half the wages, and half the hours. So that's a lot of money and a lot of time wasted, considering, because they offered me like, 8 hours over 2 days. And I was like, by the time it takes me to get ready and get dressed and have the kids ready and dressed and all this, I will literally only have started into something over there and I'll be finished. So it just kind of seemed a bit like wasteful of time. Like, I get why they do it. I'm sure that there's a logical reason, but for me, it just didn't. Them kind of hours wouldn't work for me. I'd sooner go for a whole day's in at work, get it all done, and then be able to spend quality time with my kids at the weekends, which is what I'm now able to do. Like, I'm now that I've gone. From now on, this is my first one, I'm going to be focused more on my YouTube. I've got so many ideas to show you and tell you, and things that are happening, and even my vlogs as well. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of them. I hope you like my vlogs. I know they don't do as normally as well as my makeup ones, but sure, look, some people just aren't interested in them, and that's totally fine. I totally appreciate that. If you see me putting up a vlog and you're like, yeah, not interested, that's totally fine. I don't mind, but as long as you're interested in my makeup ones and me chit chats and whatever, I do appreciate that greatly. So that's where I'm at. Oh, I'm loving this eye look. That This palette is literally bomb, and it was so cheap as well. Now y'all know me on the bargains. I think I got it in Boots for £10, and there's 144 colours in it. So it's this one here, Revolution Makeup Revolution 144 Ultimate Eyeshadow Collection. This is from 2017. Oh my goodness, I have it that long. Even just like me here talking into the camera, doing a little bit of makeup, I feel really good. And sometimes just about those little empowering moments in your life that you'll be like, I feel good, I've done something, I've made my face up, I've been somewhat productive. Yeah, you have to do these things sometimes just to make yourself feel good and get that positive energy going. So yeah, as I said, like me and one of my best friends, we kind of like hashed it out in her house, and I was like, this is my plan, what do you think of this? And kind of realised that like me taking that other job with the less hours and the less opportunities and the less everything just wasn't really going to work for me. And sometimes you need somebody just to listen to you and say, well, because before this I had people saying, well, do what you feel is best and do what you feel is best. And I'm like, but I don't know what's best. That's why I'm confused, I'm conflicted. I'm like, do you see this as a possibility for me? Because right now I don't even see it as a possibility for me, but I'd like it to be. And then we kind of realised that from me hashing it out with her, and her being more kind of constructive criticism would be the word, I think, maybe, or even like just constructive feedback. I was like, yeah, I can do it. I can make YouTube work for me, and I'll get more subscribers, and hopefully you'll all enjoy my content, and you'll enjoy the chats with me, and yeah, we can just grow from there. Like maybe I can make YouTube my own small business. That's what I would really like, because I love makeup and I love being involved in makeup. When you have kids, things change. And I had a chat one time with a very important makeup artist. Like, she's an Oscar-winning makeup artist, and she was the reason I decided I would have kids and not take that route of doing films and TV as seriously as she did it. Like, she was like top end. Like, someday I'll talk about my experience with that. But she was amazing. But at the end of the day, she was a lot older than me, and I didn't want to be in her shoes. I think that was where it kind of dawned on me. Do I want a family more than a career, or do I want a career more than a family? And I chose a family, because your career is never going to love you the way a child will love you, even though they're hard work some days. But when we like sit down, like today is what day? Friday, and this video will be going up next Friday, I hope, or maybe the Friday afterwards. Who knows? But I know like tonight is Friday, and we do movie night tonight. So they will pick what we watch. They will have their little, we'll have a little conversation about what's going to watch, and we're going to stay up late, and we're going to have pizza, and we'll just I love doing these little things with them. Like, and we're even talking about having a campfire out here. I'm trying to get a camping table. I have a little burner thing, and just me and the boys, because obviously Saoirse's too little and she'll be in bed, hopefully, if she goes to sleep. But yeah, the boys are getting to that age now where it's fun to do these things with them, and I love being outdoorsy, hands-on. But for now, I'm really enjoying just having time with the kids, and now that lockdown restrictions are easing, I'm finding more little adventures for us to do. And it's good as well, because there's a lot of other mummies and daddies around as well that are, doing stuff, and we can all do stuff together. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying not having to work on a Saturday, Sunday, even though I know I said I miss it, but I do miss it. But now I'm like trying to be more productive and being like, right, lockdown is ended. We're going to go to a garden centre. We're going to go to see my friend's allotment. We're going to do stuff, and yeah, just kind of embrace the new. That's literally it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to embrace the new. Whatever the new is going to bring, I know the new is coming. And yeah, I'm really feeling grateful for everything right now. And even the sun is shining, and I'm just like, yes, the sun is shining. We can go to the park after school. We can have some fun. Maybe someday I might do a live. What do you think? I've never done a live video. Maybe when I get to 100 subscribers, I'll do a live video. I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter in here. So I'm going to use Hoola. Ooh, yes, that opens up the eyes massively. And just the tiniest little bit underneath the brows as well. Ooh. I love this palette. It's definitely one of my favourites. I think it's because the mirror is quite big on it as well. And it's got a nice, it's just a nice feel of one, you know. It's not, it's all cardboard, so everything is recyclable. But the mirror as well is like a decent size. You can actually see your face quite well. You know, you can get the idea there. Yeah, and the colours in it are really good. I'm trying to get into this bigger brow trend that's going on at the minute. And I'm not sure of it. I don't know if it suits me or not. I'm just like, I'm still getting there with it. It's just kind of training your brows to go in a different direction, like to have them more fluffier. But this one still kind of falls down. So that's it, folks. That's all the makeup on. Oh, I got me lashes, didn't I? See, I'm really not used to doing this anymore. Honestly, I'm really not. Forgetting myself. These are the Ardell ones, but I can't remember if they're wispies or if there was another name on them. Okay, folks, so my makeup is on me. Thank God, I've everything done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you appreciate my apology as to where I was and what I've been doing, and hopefully support me in where I'm going. Yeah, life is definitely going to be a little bit different now post-pandemic. Obviously, no job, no official job. Like, I'm not going to be an employee. I'm going to be the boss. That's a strange notion for me. Yeah, I'm the boss. Hope you accept my apologies to where I've been and what I've been up to, and yeah, onwards and upwards. Let all the positivity flow, folks. I'm going to love yous and leave yous, and yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Mwah.